story, but right now Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad has just started his speech at the Friday prayers ceremony. Let's listen to that speech and we'll come back.
It is quite clear to everyone today that Zionism counters human perfection and human societies, and is the main cause of human decline. A minority group that is anti-human and corrupted and is against divine values has been organized and is countering all the divine values. These are deviated persons who merely think about wealth and power and dominating others. For more than 2,000 years, and at least 400 years, that the small number of Zionists have caused turbulence in human societies and have caused irreparable losses. Slavery, colonialism have been mainly planned by these Zionists. World War I and II, based on clear documents, have been aimed at domination, and the wars have been planned and designed by behind-the-scenes Zionists. The Zionists, since they dominated the U.S. administration, they have brought under their control all the affairs of the world. A few people acting behind the scene of U.S. administrations, and they have under their control all the points of power in the world, and they dominate all the banking system of the world, and also they have dominated the world media, and they are using all these tools for destroying values, cultures, nations, and the existence of countries. You see that wherever there is a major moral destruction and decadence, you see there are Zionist companies and corporations, and wherever there is massacre and slaughter, the Zionists are involved. The formation of the Zionist regime is a pretext and an opportunity for actually support certain governments, the governments that serve the Zionists. They want to create convergence because instead of religion, instead of God, instead of prophet or the divine book and all the human and all the perfect values, they want to destroy all these and instead create those governments that serve the Zionists. And the Zionist regime is the tool used by the Zionists for dominating the Middle East and the region and the world. The existence of the Zionist regime is an insult to all humanity, and it's the destruction of the personality and character of all nations and human beings. You know that in their they are involved in the racial teachings. They only consider themselves as humans, and they consider others as animals. They actually, the Zionists consider as authorized the killing of humans and plundering the wealth of others. You see the Western governments, they tolerate being insulted, but they do not tolerate any criticism of the Zionist regime, and they justify all the crimes committed by the Zionist regime. And because they rely on the Zionists, and the Zionists pay them money for propaganda, and it's a party comprising 7,000 to 8,000 people, and they are running all the affairs. It's a satanic party today fighting the Zionist regime is equal to protecting the rights of all humans, and also defending human dignity, and opening the way for saving the whole humanity from colonialism and arrogance, and saving humans from poverty and misery. The whole world should know that today, with the grace of God, protecting the Zionist regime has, protecting the Zionist regime has turned into a commitment by many countries, Western powers, and on the other side, on the other hand, you see that with the grace of God, World Quds Day has turned into a focal point for unity and solidarity of Muslims aimed at eliminating this fake Zionist regime. For several hundred years, humanity has been just countering the Zionists, and for several hundred years, for almost 100 years, you see the nations have been captivated by the Zionist management. You see, in a big country like the US, the presidential hopefuls, they have to bow before the Zionists, and they should show the commitment, otherwise they will not have the chance of participating in the presidential elections. You know all these. Most governments in the West are affiliated to the Zionists, and the people have no right to choose. They have formed several parties, and when they become tired of one party, they have no choice but to depend and resort to another party, and all these parties are after serving the Zionists. And you see the people are shouting in the US and in Europe, but there's no one to save the people. And today they are engaged in a complicated scheme, and that means a two-state plan. The Zionist regime is a cancerous tumor. Even a single cancerous cell in an inch of the Palestinian land, the same situation will continue in the future. These are the Zionists are domineering elements, and they are after expansionism. Stop supporting the Zionist regime, and they will be of no use for you. The regional nations have been awakened, perhaps through instigating tribal differences. You may have a chance for a short period of time. This will be for the short term. You should honestly help the regional nations. You should know that very soon the nations will soon eliminate and put an end to the Zionist regime. You are after a new Middle East, and we are also after a new Middle East. The new Middle East will definitely take shape, but with the grace of God and the help of nations in this new Middle East, there will be no trace of the existence of the Americans and the Zionists.